Howdy all, Moloch's Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Dude, what are they doing? Just saw a whole bunch of zombies. Run over to this spot. Now they're just standing there. What are they doing? That's weird. Now they're wandering off in different directions. Okay. What did you all think was going on over there? Weird. All right. Well, I got four game minutes here before it's safe. Well, safe-ish. And I can get back to my hunt for books. There we go. That was weird the music started before it was 4 a.m., but okay. Whatever. What were you guys doing over here? Why were you all... Why does that person look metal? Got cyborg zombies. Where'd the rest of them go? Zombies. I wanted to kill you all. Where'd the rest of you go? Weird. I watched like, I don't know, 8 to 10 zombies run over this way. Where did they go? All right. They just vanished. Whatever. Ghost zombies. Seems redundant, but you know. Yeah, I've been rewatching Pantheon. It's on Netflix now. And they kind of tricked me. I'll be honest. They kind of tricked me. I vaguely remember what went down in Pantheon. That's how I remember things. I vaguely remember things. I don't have a lot of detail when it comes to remembering things. Like maybe a spot here or there, but I more remember the general flow of shows. Which is probably why I've got so much Mandela memory of shows. Ooh, I should have fixed my wrench. And I forgot how good it is. Pantheon's really good. But yeah, Netflix has got it listed as new episodes, and I'm like, oh, did they get a new season? Because I really remember liking Pantheon, and I'm like, well, I don't remember enough of it, so I should probably start from the beginning. And then I'm watching it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I remember how this ends. I'm like, oh, so when they said new episodes, they meant new episodes of Netflix. They didn't mean new episodes. Ooh, that's not how you open the map. Let's see what's on this road. Keep an eye out for gas. I tore down that truck because I thought maybe I'd get gas off of it. I didn't, so I'm not going to bother with that. Ooh, I am going to hit this zombie, though. Bam. This is going into winter territory, which is a tad more dangerous. Oh, didn't hit her hard enough. Fast enough. Didn't knock her down. Alright, I don't want to go into winter territory. A, I don't have a coat. B, I don't want to fight the wolves and mountain lions, or pumas, whatever they are, and bears. that was A, B, and C. I can still see my base from here. I feel like I traveled way farther than that, and I can still see it just over the hill. Alright, well, let's see what's on this little side road, then. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. Spoilers. It's about uploaded intelligence is their term, which is a pretty good term. They kind of got like a what, like a Steve Jobs kind of character, and he invented technology to tear apart someone's brain and then upload it into servers. Oh, I don't have my guy here. But something's wrong with the technology. That is not what I want to click on. Something's wrong with technology. And so he didn't want to upload himself because he couldn't figure out how to fix the error that causes the uploaded intelligence to degrade based on yeah, what do we get here? Check out the latest armor designs. A stone shovel I don't need. And cobblestones. I will take the 7.62 ammo though. Hey guys. Whoa, I missed. Just mirrors, everybody seems shiny today. My settings get changed? It's a good possibility. Been a few updates on various software programs. Operating system updated. That kind of stuff. I don't think I've got a... Yeah, I don't have a repair kit. I don't think I can repair my wrench. Yeah, nope. Oh, so I tear those down. You think there's some loot up here? Check it out. And so it's kind of got like these two. They're not separate stories, but there's like two things that he did, and one was he made the uploaded intelligence, and then they uploaded people, and then this other company also figured it out, and so their lead, one of their lead engineers, like I don't know if he was lead engineer on their project for it. It seemed like it. Met with the other company and uh, and so they uploaded him. But the thing is that their method of uploading is to their method of uploading is to ooh, did I do this? Is to use a laser to take apart your brain on a there is can't click on it though. Oh. Well, it's a nice big climb for 2 planks. I've been there, but we might have to head back over there and check it out some more. Oh, I fell right off. You know, I did. I did the Minecraft thing. I hit the space bar to make sure I didn't slide off the edge and then just ran forward. So because he didn't trust the technology, I don't get it. Like, I don't, you're only, again, I don't remember. I don't remember how it goes down. It just seems to me like there's no way that they didn't at least scan this guy's brain. But so he decided that since he couldn't solve the problem and no one else is as smart as he is, he basically cloned himself, and so the clone is reaching adulthood, and they've tried to make his life as close to the other guy's life as possible. And only now things are starting to fall apart on him, and he's realizing something's wrong. And then on the other end of it, the main company's got 2 uploaded intelligences, and well, they don't have 2. They have 1. One other one escaped, and she tried to break him out, and so he became aware of his family, and so he's kind of half broken out. And so it's all about that. It's all about them getting free of the servers they're on, and then this kid finding out he's a clone that's supposed to fix the glitch in their programming that no one else seems to be able to solve. And then this other company has their own guy, and he releases the information to the governments around the world, and so now they all have their own agents committing cyber warfare against each other, because he didn't know about the flaw. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's ooh, that was close. I need to cross this river, dang it. Oh, I guess I could just pick up my bike and swim across. I'm going to pick up my bike here in a second anyways, because I've only got 4% fuel left. Oh, man. I went fast enough that it didn't stall out. No. I totally saw that there was nothing to loot. Tried anyways. Yeah, that was what I was doing today while I was working. I was watching this. It wasn't even very good. I don't know why I watched it, but I guess because I like something that I don't have to pay attention to while I'm working in the corner window on my monitor it helps me concentrate to distract part of my brain, I guess. And so I've been watching Superstore. It wasn't even very good, but there were occasional bits that made me laugh. Okay, this wasn't as big a town as I thought it was. It's also not the one that was marked on the map. That's still down the road here. Gonna run out of gas here pretty quick, though. I'm surprised that it went 6 seasons too, because it was the most mediocre sitcom kind of thing I think I've seen in a long time. And it did though. It went for 6 seasons. I normally listen to some podcasts and stuff, but the podcasts I normally listen to have been on hiatus the last couple weeks. Some vacationy stuff. And oh man. Oh, cool. So Superstore was my replacement. Something that totally brain dead, not have to pay attention to. Oh, and I finished the technically 12 books that are out for the beginning after the end. It's okay. The beginning after the end is a light novel. They call them light novels, which is weird. I don't know where the term light novel comes from. I don't know. Maybe I should look that up. Um, Basically, I like anime, and oh crap! Should have realized you were not just a dead body on the ground. Um, and so a lot of anime is based off of comic books called manga. And are you dead? Yeah, okay. Also, I just found the. It's a dog. It's a dog. Oh no, it's a couple of dogs. Oh great, I'm infected again. You guys really had to infect me? Did I put down my bedroll? Yeah, okay. And sometimes the manga are based off of books called light novels. Again, I don't know why they're called light novels. They just are. And so I'm sure there's a reason. Okay, they're not just called light novels. There's a reason they're called light novels. Why are you outside the fence? So, I have really enjoyed the solo leveling series. It's high on action. Um, it's got an alright story. Pair tool. And so I'd heard people were really excited about that, and so found it was based off of a book series, and so I got the book series. Light novels are usually smaller. I wouldn't say they're novella sized, but for the most part, the ones that I've seen are, um, they're smaller books. A couple hundred pages instead of, 600 or 800 pages like the books I normally like to read, fantasy, novels kind of thing. And, oh, a big old hole in the floor there. And a snake. You want to stab that snake, or are you just going to let him bite you, or what? And now you're not going to chop him up. There you go. And, so I'd bought the solo leveling books and read them. I was like, this is pretty good. And then I bought the manga, which is translated into English, and I read through that. And it's a little different, but it's pretty good. And now they've got the anime food, and so I've been watching that, and it's really good. And so I saw people were like, "Oh, this is the next solo leveling." So excited that this is getting turned into an anime, and I'm like, all right. And I looked online, and you could get the books pretty cheap. I want to say it was like $40 for all 12 books, something like that. And I'll tell you what, it is no solo leveling. I am not sure why people are as excited about this series. Solo leveling was a nice. I really, and I really have been stuck on reading these lit RPG book series. I just can't get enough of them, it seems like. And so I've been reading the crap out of those for a while now, and solo leveling feels like one of those. It's a lot of times the world gets turned into some kind of game world, or people get taken to another world that's a game world kind of thing, and so solo leveling's like that. The earth gets full of dungeons, and some people develop basically superpowers, and then the main character, they come in different levels, and the main character is like the lowest level, and this is the worst. All the doors are locked, and listen, buddy, I don't know who's in charge of this place, but all the doors getting in and out of here are locked. Also, you're not a buddy. Sorry. Listen, lady. And, and so through the things that happen, the main character ends up getting a leveling system, whereas everybody else just gets whatever power they started with, and almost nobody ever increases in power. And rifle damage. I don't know how helpful that is for me. And so, that's why it's called solo leveling, because he's the only one in the world that can level. And they explain why he's the one that gets chosen, and what is actually happening, and all that stuff. And so it was a pretty good story. And so I started reading this beginning after the end, because it's the one everybody. Well, I read several different. I want to say I watched a video about upcoming anime Uh, and then I read some Reddit reviews, stuff like that. And so there were a lot of posts about how excited people were about the beginning after the end. And I've seen some YouTube shorts about it. And so I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. It seems like people are looking forward to this one quite a bit. And like I said, the books are pretty cheap, so I grabbed them and... Oh, crap. I don't want to be hit. Oh, dang it. Yeah, you guys got me. So now I've read through the 12 books that are out, and I have to say, it's not as good as Solo Leveling. It's not even close. It's, Okay, I wanted to throw some stuff out here. I'm not so encumbered. I don't need coffee seeds. I'll do without that. I can do without that. Does that unencumber me? No. I'm close. But it did speed me up some, so that's good. Oh, the door is hugely locked. Alright, we're going to go back around the back. And so... I don't know. The author clearly watches a lot of anime. And so the whole book feels like it's just bits and pieces from other stories that he just like, this part was cool, and then he adds it to his story. And I really don't understand the first 6 books-ish I didn't care for. Which is a long time in the show. 6 books? That's a lot of episodes. And I didn't care for them. They do a lot of training things, and dude, did you see that fence just fall down back there? And that's fine, but then he never seems to use the stuff he trains for. And well, not every time. And so they have these like big things happen, and whatever's about to happen, someone just got the thing they needed to be able to defeat that thing that's about to happen. And every time. And I'm just like, so nobody skills up and uses their skills, and every time something terrible is about to happen, someone gets some magic device that's gonna solve it, like right before it happens. Every time. And then like, for example, okay, this is an example of training that doesn't matter. During the story, the main character, he gets there's a continent of humans and there's a continent of demons. Well, half demon, half humans. And then they're not really demons, but it makes it simpler. And so the demons use magic in a different way than the humans. Whoa. Oh, man. Crap, I'm gonna die again. And, and so, and then there's there's dragons, but the dragons have created a whole separate world for themselves, another dimension. And so the main character kind of gets any ability that anybody has, he winds up with, kind of. and so nobody's better than him. He's the best. Um and so there's this whole sequence in there where he ends up going to the other dimension, and while he's there, he trains in basically a time bubble. Um and while he's in this time bubble, he he trains for like 4 years in the space of, I don't know. I think it's a year ish. Great, I got so much stuff. I'm fully loaded down now. And so what they're training him in uh multiple person hand to hand combat. So he's supposed to be able to fight groups of people with his new martial arts. And and so I'm like, okay, well that's cool. Uh and then when he gets back to the regular world, he never uses that. Like, what was the point of having a whole section of your book training him on how to fight multiple people with martial arts, and then he never uses it ever? I don't understand the point. Why did I have to sit through that? Well, why did I have to read about all his training and how long it took and how it destroys the mind of a normal person, but because of who and, oh no, I'm out of block picks. Because of who and what he is, it didn't affect him the way that it affects everybody else, right? Um, I was like, oh, this will be awesome. I can't wait for him to get back, because the armies are starting to fight while he's training, and so I can't wait to see him get down there with his newfound martial arts and fight multiple groups of people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he ever fights more than like 2 or 3 people at a time ever. Like he comes back with his newfound training, and he immediately flies above the armies and bombards them with magic, which is not what he trained in. He trained in no magic martial arts stuff. And then uh yeah, I think I've done that one before. Improve harvesting. Okay. Oh. Pretty sure that's a trap. Pretty sure that's a punch in the face trap. And so it's weird. It's weird to me how this stuff goes. And like usually the way it works too is to be like, all this stuff happens and he's not there, and then the people are trying to fight back against it, and then he shows up and fights the final fight while everyone else has done all the work to get to that point. And so I find that odd. They had like this it's got concepts that sound cool. So like he goes to magic college or magic school, and Hogwarts. And so he goes to Hogwarts, and while he's there, he meets all these different people, and they do all this different training and stuff, and all that's cool. I do enjoy a good fantasy, being trained at school storyline, and then there's like this slight rival that they kind of indicate a little bit of, but never goes anywhere. all this other stuff, and then he's gone doing something else. And then while he's gone, just out of nowhere, like there'll be a scene where someone gets corrupted with demon magic, and then the next scene, they've taken over the school and they're killing people, and I'm just like, okay, you no build up. We're just this is how we got corrupted, and now this is the end fight. Nothing in between. And I'm like, could have been a cool storyline that you didn't play out. You like, ooh, I got a new idea. I'm gonna have him take over the school. I don't really want to write about them taking over the school. I just want it to happen. And so, and then they're having this big fight, and then the main character, he just shows up. He just shows up after the most of the battle's over, and oh, well, I thought that fuel I got would last a little longer than 5 feet. What the heck? All right, well, I'll slow walk it back to my base then. Did I not mark where my base is at? I didn't. I didn't mark it. Weird. Okay. Need to remember to do that when I get back there. So the whole series is like that, and it's weird. And you get about, I want to say it's five or six books in, um, and so in his old world he used ki, and then we got his new world. He learned to use mana, and he did it like the beginning of Mushoku Tensei, which is another anime. And I'm like, okay, this seems really familiar. And so he and so he's getting real powerful in how he uses all his mana. And then like 5 or 6 books in, they basically have him destroy his body, and then he gets a new one through what happens in the story. And when he comes out the other side of all that, he can no longer use mana. Now he has to use Aether. And so it's like the whole story starts over halfway through. The second half is a better story than the first half. And I don't think you even needed the first half to get to the second half. Um, I mean, sure, you needed to introduce the characters that are involved, but I don't know. And this is, I seriously, like the whole thing is like this. He comes in and he's like, here's the foremost tinkerer in this world. I'm going to give him my advanced technology knowledge, and I will show him how to use a steam engine, because they don't have steam engines in this world. And so then between the two of them, off page, they come up with a steam engine powered ship. And so there's like no interaction between the demon continent and the human continent. And so they make this human ship, and then they have a little blurb in there about how awesome this steam powered ship is, and then they pretty much never mention it again. Uh, but then the demons show up with their own group of steam powered ships that they never explained where they come from, and that's how the demons get to the human continent to invade. And I'm like, okay. And then after that, though, it's all about teleportation. I'm like, what was the point of the ships? Why were steam powered ships even in this story? They didn't matter. They weren't important. Nothing uses steam powered engines in the story at all. Why would you even add that in? I don't understand. Like they talk about trains for a hot minute, and how they're going to use trains to connect all these different places. They've never built a train. Nothing is connected. Everything's destroyed at this point. What was the point of even introducing this steam powered engine to this storyline? I don't get it. It doesn't fit in your story. It doesn't need to be there. Um, I was trying to think. There was here's another one. Here's another example of how they get the magic thing right before they need it. He goes to this dragon funeral, and at the funeral, one of the there's more than dragons in the dragon world, but so the Leviathan guy comes up to him and talks to him a little bit, and then he hands him these three pearls, and they're called the pearls of mourning. And so he goes to the dragon funeral, and he sees that the dragons are offering the father of the dead dragon treasures or gifts. And so he offers the three pearls. The father is like, I can't accept these. These are too powerful. They're too expensive for a funeral gift, and tells him to keep them. And so he keeps those pearls, and nobody told him what they were. And then while he's gone, he's got a new member on his team who's a phoenix. They shapeshift, so it's the phoenix is normally in a human form, and so his mana core gets damaged, and so because his mana core is damaged, he can't draw in enough. Oh no, his mana core didn't get damaged. His mana core got drained, and because it's drained, he's dying because he's no longer able to pull in mana, which everything needs to live unless you don't. And but apparently phoenixes need it, and so he's like, well, maybe I've got something that can help. And then he dumps out all the stuff, and then the guy sees he's got these pearls of mourning, and he's like, do you know what this is? And he's like, no, I have no idea. And he's like, quick. And so they shove it inside the guy's core, and they're condensed mana cores from stillborn leviathans, and it takes 1,000 years worth of them to make one pearl, and the guy just gave him three. And I think he's only used one so far, so he has two more he can use to save. He might have used the second one, I can't remember. But like, no explanation, no reason for the guy to give it to him, no prophecy that he should have them, nothing. Just, here's some magic items. Oh, and now 2 chapters later, here's the reason to use the magic item. And the whole series is like that. And I just wish there was more involved in using the things he learns. Um and I wish there was fewer, here's a character, now here's a one-on-one fight. Um they they introduced this character to attack his sister, like, just out of nowhere for no reason. And I'm like, I don't understand why is this a thing? Why is there suddenly a rival between these two characters for no reason? Not a rival because she's trying to kill her, but she's like, oh, you killed this other person that I sort of know, therefore you must die. And then they fight her to the death, kind of thing. And I'm just like, why? What was the point of that? This whole section didn't even need to be in here. You've got to build a story. You're not building your story. Soul leveling is a story, all right? Like, the point we're at in the anime is he's done the demon tower to get the pieces to make the elixir to heal his mother that we found out has mana sickness last season. And so he's been trying to get strong enough to get the elixir, because the whole reason he even fights against the monsters in solo leveling is so that he can keep enough money to allow his mother to get treatments to keep her alive, because she's in a coma for mana sickness. And so it's like a central part of the story for him to get a cure and stuff. And it's the whole reason he's doing everything at this point. And so, there's not like just out of the blue introduced things. Oh my gosh, I can't make it. I'm too too weighted down and too apparently tired or whatever. There you. Why aren't you grabbing on? Am I crouched? No. Oh, I can just jump straight up and you'll grab it, but you wouldn't grab it when I jumped off that block? But yeah, I don't know, man. It's I plan on reading the manga here sometime to see how it lines up with the books because the books in the manga are different. Uh the Solo Leveling book is quite a bit better than the manga, in my opinion. The or manhwa because it's a Korean thing. Uh, I don't understand why, but the Soul Leveling books, which came first, have more of an emotional side to things, and it feels like the comic version tried to strip out the emotions of the main character and anything that was related to that scene wise for some reason. I don't know why, but I noticed the often the anime will combine the two, and I notice the anime kind of leans more toward the lack of emotion thing. Um, but all right, well, with that, be better than small things, lean to the light, and I will talk to you later.